Now, all of that aside, I am sitting in studio this morning, and we've had lots of live guests in studio today, loads of calls, which is great. Laoise Niguda. Now, Laoise Niguda is a name that should be relatively familiar to our regular listeners, because she's the one that was giving us, as part of St. Patrick's, what was it? It was part of Seachtain Gaeilge.
Yeah.
She was coming on and she was translating our listeners' English phrases into Irish. An bhfuil tú go maith?
Tá mé go maith, tá mé ceithí bhfuil tú féin.
Oh, go hanawa.
Agus fad.
Sure. Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Céad míle fáilte.
Gur míle
Is this your first time in our studios
It
here?
actually is. I'm from Ballyhonus, as you know, but I've never actually been inside the doors of the studios here, so it's a pleasure. Gur míle maith.
Well, thanks for coming in. Now, we're talking Irish language for a few minutes, and before listeners who have this hang-up that this Irish language debate is old and hacked and has been worn to a thread, and we shouldn't be bothering our balonies talking about the Irish language because it's almost dead, but to bury it. Just stay tuned, because you ran this competition called what?
A campaign, an Irish language campaign, which we called Grahi as Gaeilge, or Gnohi as Gaeilge.
So what does Gnohi as Gaeilge mean?
Business or affairs as Gaeilge. So doing your gno, or your conducting your affairs in various businesses as Gaeilge. How to go about it, or how to go about it in a fun way, if you like. How to pick up a few phrases, to practice them and to use them the next time you go to that place.
Okay, because you see, personally, and I don't normally give my own personal view, but in relation to the Irish language, I would hate to see it go, but I do think the only way we're going to really maintain it is the spoken word as opposed to the written word. And God forgive me for those teachers out there, or those Gaeilgeoirs who believe that the Shea Fada and the Gramiocht is so important. The younger generation, the only way they're going to embrace the Irish language is by talking it.
Absolutely, Tommy. You're quite right that the spoken word on Changi Vio is really important to the Irish language. So that's where we set about trying to encourage people to use what they have, but in a fun way. So with this campaign, Grahi as Gaeilge, we asked people to prepare short but very fun-filled voice recordings as Gaeilge, to have a bit of crack Gora Gaeilge, to use what they have, to put together a piece which would give us an idea of what their business is about, to, as I said, put in some jokes, but also give listeners, customers, Muintir na Háite a better idea of what they're doing. Exactly.
Now, the clock on Clog is against us big time here. There were 5 overall kind of winners, were there? Now we'll do the top 3 if that's okay, and I'm awful sorry to the other 2. But was it kind of in the order that you gave them to me on this sheet that they won? For example, in 5th place was
Laoise B&B, which is located in Anfodov or Blacksod in Belmullet.
What did they do?
Hannah is the proprietor there, and she had an Irish language student staying with her named Molly from Boston, Medica, and Molly put together a little piece based on her experience staying in Hannah's Laoise B&B in Blacksod.
That was in 5th. Then in 4th place?
4th place we have students from Bunskull ní Bhrendán an Achlaim, and they prepared a fun piece also about Bo, Mumu ag teachtasteach sa scoil, and they had a bit of crack with this bow in the show Maranga. So it was really fun piece.
Bow, as in cow?
As in cow, exactly.
So the cow came into the classroom?
He did indeed.
Okay.
So the students, Orla, Koch and Alicia, told us what happened when the bow came into the show Maranga.
Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to play the top 3 clips. Now they're all very, very short. So in 3rd place? In
3rd place we also have students from Bunskull ní Bhrendán an Achlaim, and their piece is entitled Cawhil on P. So will I explain what it's about?
I think you better.
Okay, so here we'll hear Róisce, Anya agus Caitlín, and Róisce is they ask, one of the girls asks Róisce, can you say the alphabet on Abitur? And because Róisce needs to go to the letters, will cadagam dulligan letters. So Cawhil on P is the punchline, and I'm not going to ruin it.
Okay.
I'll let the listeners hear.
Okay, so here they are, the students again from
Bunskull ní Bhrendán an Achlaim.
Okay, here it is.
Cadagam dulgadí an letters mutter the hell, Aber an Abitur dusach. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O Q R S T U will an pí. Grishis Macos. And with McGarry Bruce's Spirulcha. Be undies like tastal freshen. August Bejan Glanter al Comai. Lahai an Lohan Shaw. An Rowdin Egg Gary. Care the Horland Shaw. Near Riche Glanaway Shaw Sus. Be Stonemore in Map Paris. August Beshe Bui. Arish, Care the Horland Tom Journal. Scared Foundation. Pasta, Roshni Werther. Muncher Onni Canning. Clantor, Coshlini Rahle. Skelny Brendan Auckland Wrong a Cahar.
I was just thinking, listening to that clip, and I'm going to have to ask you to explain what happens when she leaves the classroom to go to the letters. But even to say the alphabet and remember not to put in the word, or sorry, the letter P, it takes a bit of doing.
It actually does, and she did it with such panache. Fair play to Rosha. She really pulled it off. So
okay, so basically the conversation there went, what about the P? And then she goes to the letters. So what happened when she left the room there?
So one of the girls asked her an Raushi Agiri Brishti Speralta, so Brishti Nua, because her Brishti were now fluch, because she'd had a prashach.
She had an accident.
She had an accident. She had the P Egdol She's a cuss. That's where the P went.
Down the lane.
And
yes.
In comes another student, and he Tosheshin a Garon, Toshe sort crusta, because we now have a little puddle Erin Arlor, Lochon.
Alicia, this is a family show.
Okay.
Anyway, go on.
So basically...
she peed on the floor.
She peed on the floor, and that's where the P went. And
Cawwill on P.
Cawwill on P. So now we know where it is, Tommy.
Now we know where it went. Okay, that was in third place. In second place?
In second place, we have Josephine and Pádraig, I think, from Brú Chlanlir, which is a B&B located in Tron on the Mullet Peninsula also. So here we'll hear Josephine dealing with a potential customer who's looking for a shomra.
Jewish, Brú Chlanlir, Josephine and Shaw.
Yes, Mendagut. Megeri Loasting. Summer single at the hell.
Oh, Tabronaram, Neil Shomer single agam. Ach, Ta Shomer dubut agam.
King Custus.
Kriga Yura, li haidena one.
Oh, Tashin there. Came in the high birds.
Shakto Yura.
Told me and Shomer Dubulta. Whiteman Shomer Shin a Rangsled in Ella.
Cared. Unwell denella gut.
Neil, ach Whiteman Shomer Shin a Rangsled in Ella.
Neil mehanane shinny yenov. Unwell to it mago.
Neil.
Well, Chegoji Knokwara agus Krugli Haraman Shin. My God.
Okay, no, I was trying to... Okay, so I was listening to that one. So obviously there was somebody looking for a room in the bed and breakfast. And was it Maureen was her name? Was it her...
Josephine.
Josephine. So she said she didn't have a single, just a double. Was that it?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so he asked for the price and then she told him the price. Was it 70?
So the first price she gave was €50
50.
for Dina Owan.
For a single room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he said, well, actually, Caveid Lahai Birch.
Yeah, 2 rooms. Sorry, double room.
Yes.
And she said €70 for the double. So he said, I'll take the double room.
Exactly.
And she said, but you're on your own. And he said?
He said, he didn't say it. It was intended or it was understood that actually I might bring somebody along with me.
Yes.
But Josephine ní raibh sí sásta leis sin in Anchor. So she said he maybe fi sé an am ag dul síos go cruc wire chun cúpla páidir a rá.
Oh, Tigam, ní raibh
Ban Chéile. Yes.
And Josephine wasn't having any hokey pokey.
Ní raibh sí sásta, beg no more.
Excellent. So high moral standards there.
Indeed, I'm telling you.
All right, so that was in second place, and then the winner.
The winner was Cuff Centra from Bela Wooded. Here we'll hear some of the girls that work in the shop. A bucal jazz comes into the shoppa, far jazz, and Tonacali ní a kainta scoilge, thinking that Nivi and far and on in Gaelge a hishkent. Exactly. And intas and intas. Yes. Tasha
No on áda is ha nach chfuil.
Ja, cén ham tá tú críne?
Seach the clog, tú féin.
Mission freshen. Colleen fake ar an fear hís an sin tá sé go hálin.
Oh my yeah, tá sé an da húl.
Bí chóna. Plushi sé sib sé cant. Ah, no be bortha nín éon ghaeilge aige.
Yeah, ní higgin sé. Tá sé cart glór. Stún de féil tá sé teacht.
Hi.
Is fear G economy. Merger and Chanical. Bahachanga e large. Oh, it's again the Colin Shukra.
Oh, come on eisce, tá sé aide cethir.
Ó, dheofaí mé éidir sa. Tar lom.
Oh, my is Amadán mé. Jinis mé, Jeff. Tá an ghaeilge fós bio mé an word.
There you are, the staff from Centra in Belmullet there, kind of caught with their skirts down, if you'll seen as we've been doing all of this all morning, thinking that the guy couldn't speak Oscar, but he did.
Exactly right, Tommy. Yeah. And I love the way they said the last line of their piece was Tá an ghaeilge fós bio I méle wurted. So despite
it's
what
alive.
despite what we may think, people have gaeilge and gaeilge can be heard. So it's just about listening out and using what you have yourself.
And okay, leaving aside the younger people, because obviously they will be facing Irish every day in their classroom, but for the bed and breakfast there, or for the staff of Centra in Belmullet, they wouldn't be experiencing every day conversational Irish, would they?
It depends, I guess, on the customer. So some customers would use Irish on a daily basis, others wouldn't. But you're right in saying that the aim of this campaign was to, I suppose, get more publicity for Irish language use in these participating businesses. So a huge cohorticus to every business that took part. As I said, all of the recordings can be heard on Una Dervala's Facebook page, and it really was a successful campaign, and Thomas John saw the leis.
And I think it's something that has huge potential, that maybe here at the radio station in the new year we might run a kind of a similar competition and broaden it out to all of our listeners in all of our catchment.
That's a really good idea, Tommy. Yeah.
And we put up a prize.
Oh, very good. I'd say, well, there's always any bit of incentive or spraggle. Always helps indeed, Tommy.
Great. Well, look, Cohartigus, and well done for coming up with the idea, and to all of the winners. I mean, did you receive more than this number of applications?
Oh, absolutely. So we had 10. It took a while for the campaign to catch on, if you like, for people to understand what we were looking for. And in the end, 10 participated. And the standard was really, really high. But it was sort of, we left it to the friends on Facebook to like, click and share. So we chose the winners based on the recordings that got the most likes or shares on Facebook. So there actually was a really good response. But it's something that we can build on in time to come, for sure.
Brilliant. And you will continue to fly the flag of the Irish language for a long time to come. Absolutely.
And if I could just point out that it doesn't matter where your business is, you can always incorporate Beganin Gaeilge. Coming up to Christmas, Nullag Honarich in Onad, season's greetings, Blian Nua Fui Washarich, Happy New Year. All of these things can be worked into your advertising for the Nullag.
And Santa Claus in Irish is
Daddy na Nullag.
Oh, is it Daddy na Nullag?
Daddy na Nullag, yeah.
Ah.
Yes. So hopefully Chucky Daddy na Nullag, Tommy, Motata Gamach.
Yeah, and Chimney?
Chimney, Shimler.
She's on Shimler.
Chucky says she's on
Shimler. Isn't that a lovely? Chucky says she's on Shimler. Isn't it a lovely flow to that kind of language? Tommy. All right, Alicia, thank you very much for coming in.
Gurmila Maga, Tommy, for helping us out with this campaign. We really appreciate it.
And will to Creekney Hanish.
Tommy Creekney.
Come on.
Gurmila Maga.
Slán.
Slán Anish.